Hello, everybody. Welcome to Thursday. The S&P 500 was up just a little bit more than 1% today. Got back all of the gains. We lost a little bit earlier this week, and we're at a new all-time high again, which is pretty fascinating. So it's kind of some patterns we've seen, week after week here is that there'll usually be at least one day or maybe a couple days in a row where the market goes, sideways or down, and we end up, with a positive week in the end. So it just seems to be there's a lot of power in there. The price comes down a bit, and there's some buying that comes in and brings that market back up. So someday that might dissipate, but boy, it's still here, which is good to see. One of the things that I watch is the equal weighted S&P 500. There's Invesco has one with the ticker symbol RSP, and so what they do here, instead of having capital weighted, where the big companies like Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia, really kind of drive the S&P 500. They have an equal weighted index where all 500 are considered equal. And that is actually hitting new all-time highs also. It doesn't have the same rate of return that the S&P does because the big stocks are still doing quite well. Nvidia had another good big run today. Semiconductors in general did well today, actually. But still, we're looking for some broadening. That would be a normal part of this process. We come out of that bottom. It can be quite narrow. That's not unusual. And we're starting to see that. We're seeing more and more 52-week highs on the S&P 500. And you watch this equal weight index. We're seeing new highs for that index. And the returns are, slowly but surely starting to get a little bit closer to the returns for the capital weighted normal S&P 500 index. So I think that's important. I think that's another good sign where things are going. It's part of the big pop today happened because Chairman Powell, testifying in front of Congress, said that they're looking for confidence that inflation is not going to come back up essentially before they start lowering rates. But he did say they feel like they're not that far away from getting that confidence, and that he felt that almost for certain that we would have some type of rate cuts sometime this year. So the market responded positively to that today too, and it's a combination of things, right? Pent up demand and causing some good earnings. You've got this artificial intelligence. You've got inflation, still coming down slowly but surely. You got the Federal Reserve, saying the right things. Again, I've been still quite pleased to see what Powell has been saying. Much less aggressive against, what I would consider against the market. I think they're kind of okay with letting this thing run. They're possibly looking at making sure that they don't end up in a deflationary standpoint. So if you think about it, if the Fed comes out sort of in favor of the market by saying nice things about lowering rates, it might help them to not have to lower rates as much because the economy can still pick up. They're going to lower rates to make sure we don't have a soft landing or a hard landing in the economy. Another way you can do that is to get the market to do well in general, not just the stock market, the bond market, and what have you. So there may be a strategy there. Who knows? We'll see how that plays out. But definitely, there's a market difference in what they're saying. At least what Chairman Powell's saying. I've heard some, more aggressive talk from some of the other Fed governors, but Powell's the one really probably listened to the most as far as that goes. So I think there's maybe a strategy going on of trying to let the market do well and let the economy kind of feast off of that if possible. Maybe they don't have to lower rates as fast or as much, and they can leave them up for a while longer, which I think they'd like to do. So anyway, that's what's happening right now. A great time to be an investor. Market is really fun in these particular environments. So let's just, enjoy the ride, and we'll see where it goes. Tomorrow we have, the show. We will do in the show. And I'll do my summary of what I saw kind of happening in the market this week at the beginning of the show. It's Talk Money with Tom. It's from 12:15 to 1 on YouTube. It's live. You can ask questions live if you'd like also. So look forward to seeing you then. Thank you very much.